Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're going to do a Let's Play and Initial Impressions review for Fake Racing VR. It also has non-VR support. It released October 27, 2021 for all the major VR headsets. It normally retails for $10. It's on a release sale, 10% off. It did release in early access, and I got a free Steam key through the Steam Curator Connect program to review this game. And I'm testing it out on the Oculus Quest 2 using motion controllers. Let's go ahead and let's just do a race. Well, actually, let me show you the color palette. So there's basically 3 different color palettes, and you can see it does look different. Now, the thing about this game is that it's an indie racing car game with 1-bit 3D pixel perfect dithering. So it makes for a very interesting art style. It actually looks better than I think the YouTube video recording will show, but I like it. It's pretty unique. I played around a little bit, less than an hour, and I found the racing to be very challenging but fun. You really have to learn how to drift around corners in order to be competitive against the AI. I do wish there was a difficulty setting for this game. Let me show you what's available here for quick race. There's 4 different tracks, and you can see they kind of get more difficult as you go along. 2 of them are locked, and you unlock them by winning the tournaments. There's 2 different tournaments you can get into, but I can't even win the simplest race. So let's go ahead and let's do everything that's by default. So I think that's everything that was in default for this race. So let's go ahead and start. Now, by default, your motion controller is stuck to the steering, so your hands cannot leave it or anything like that. Oh, you know what? That was such a bad start. Let's go ahead and restart. I didn't even have my motion controllers. I'm not making excuses, by the way. I just wasn't ready, really. Okay. Not that I'm going to do much better. I probably won't do much better, but I'm not just making excuses, even though it may look like it. Okay, so that was a much better start, but as you can see, we're losing a lot of ground. Okay, well, I'm glad that happened, so I can show you can reset your car position. Basically, it's right trigger to accelerate, left trigger to brake, A to handbrake, and X to reset your car back into the track. And yeah, I'm not doing very well. Okay, we finished the first track, but obviously we're not gonna place in this race. We're in last place, and we're probably gonna stay there. But basically, you want to drift around the corners to be able to. Okay, that was actually a much better turn there. That was pretty good, actually. And that was way too conservative on my part, but with so many mistakes as far as going too fast and losing control and getting off the track. So this is a very challenging technical racer. It is arcade, though. It's not a simulation, so it's not a car sim. It's got decent physics. It's not, like I said, realistic physics, but it's pretty consistent, and it's just one of those things where you learn with time. You learn with practice, and you learn, when I need to brake, when I need to use the handbrake, stuff like that. And wow, that was much better there. Also, I mean, I could do it a little bit better. Wow, that was pretty good, actually. Wow. Okay, I'm pretty proud of myself there. It's the little victories. Oh, no. I was too proud of myself. Then I did terrible there. Okay, that was actually pretty good there. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. I know I finished last place and I wasn't close, but that was actually pretty good for me. Let's go ahead and do another race. So that was the first track. As you can see, that was a lot easier, and that one has more curves, and even more curves. So let's do the second track. Let's reduce the number of rivals. Well, I don't think it really matters, actually. Let's go the opposite direction. That just means you go the opposite. I think by default you go clockwise, and so we're going counterclockwise. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's quit. I actually wanted to do something different. So we're on color palette 1. Let's do color palette 3. Okay. And now let's do the quick erase. Let's do the. Okay. Now, yes. Now we can do it. Okay. So do you guys notice a difference? Yeah, it looks pretty similar. Oh no, come on. So you definitely want to... Oh, come on. Oh. So it's really easy to make mistakes, and those really throw you off, obviously. So this is very technical, and obviously you need time on the track. You need lots of practice to get these turns correct. Oh no! Okay, that was pretty bad. And it's very easy to go too fast. So now it's going too fast. I didn't brake early enough. And yeah, it's just knowing the track. I honestly, this is my second time racing this particular track here. I pretty much stayed on the first track exclusively. So that's my excuse. But I definitely think I should drift better. And I'm definitely getting, because the last time I did so terrible around here, I definitely went too slow there. I braked a lot when I didn't have to. As far as my criticisms of this game, it's the lack of content. Like I said, there's only 4 tracks and 2 of them are locked, and you're probably not going to unlock them for a while until you get good, which obviously that'll depend on your skill level. I spent less than an hour on this game though, so that's my excuse. You definitely need to put time into it to master these tracks, and you probably want to stay on the first track until you master that one and not do what I'm doing right now, just jump to the second track before mastering the first. Okay, there we do. We did pretty, it was not too bad. So the lack of content is my biggest criticism. I also like to see different vehicles. There's only one vehicle. So more tracks, more vehicles. The opponent's AI seems fine, but that's hard for me to judge, given that I still need to master the tracks. The amount of time I put in this is less than an hour, and that's just not enough to be competitive, at least for me. The actual racing, the drifting around the corners, racing around the track is actually pretty fun. It's challenging. It's a pretty technical racer, so if you're into that, then definitely I could recommend this for you. But if you're not into that, you might want to stay away from this game because you'll be very frustrated, because you do have to, hit that skill curve before you can start being competitive in this game. And I still haven't gotten to that level where I'm competitive, at least against the opponent AI. So I can't really comment too much on the opponent AI. I'm just not good enough right now as far as racing the tracks. But I can say that I like the physics. I like the racing. I like the way the different tracks are configured. I like the art style. That's a personal choice there. Some of you may not enjoy this art style, but I think it looks pretty good. The big complaint I have, though, as far as the art style, is that the car interior, I think, could be more detailed. It looks pretty plain, pretty boring to look inside the vehicle. But the tracks themselves look pretty nice, pretty scenic. I like to see more scenery around the track. I definitely like the different configurations. There's different elevations, different curves, so things that keep it challenging. That's pretty cool. Obviously, there's no multiplayer, so this is all single player. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is just it needs more content. I'm not sure 4 tracks is enough for the asking price currently, but developer does promise to add more. And it's a pretty interesting, unique game, I would say. I've never raced a racer quite like this, but it was fun. It was challenging. Uh, this is just an early initial impressions for me. So I'm just going to give it a neutral recommendation, mostly because of the lack of content. Like I said, like different vehicles, more tracks, but it's off to, as far as the core gameplay. If you like challenging technical arcade racers, this is it. Keep in mind, this is not a racing sim. It doesn't have realistic physics. I didn't really bump into vehicles here, but it works, but it's not realistic. So yeah, if you bump into a vehicle, it might be advantageous for you or it might be advantageous for your opponent, just depending on how it happens. But yeah, this has been pretty cool. Definitely something different and unique in VR. And I definitely look forward to the finished product. Hopefully, the developer delivers on the promises for early access. And for now, I'm only giving this a neutral recommendation because of the things I mentioned. But I think it doesn't have wheel support this time. Because I saw the settings and it didn't mention wheel support. So that's the other big thing, no wheel support. So you can do keyboard, gamepad, or VR controller. I used only VR controller. I did try the gamepad, and I was coming into an error on my Xbox One gamepad where when I was using the left trigger, the brake, it would bring up the menu, which is not a good thing. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. This has been my Let's Play and initial impressions for Fake Racing VR. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.